Hey y'all, welcome back. It is me, Britt Reacts, and there's some breaking news that is wild because just yesterday we reacted to the Joe Rogan podcast and a clip of him and his guests talking about the Diddy situation and all of that jazz. And well, this just in, James Comey's daughter has been fired from the DOJ. And if you don't know who she is, well, she was the prosecutor in Diddy's case. Let's see what's going on. This is really tea, as the kids like to say. This is tea. This is tea, guys. This is tea.
This is a Fox News alert. This has been a bad few-week stretch for Jim Comey's daughter. She was just fired by the DOJ.
Maurene?
She's known for a couple things. She just lost the Diddy case, of course, and she was Jeffrey Epstein's prosecutor. So the daughter of the former FBI director, James Comey, she's a veteran federal prosecutor, worked on these cases, Maurene Comey.
James Comey, the former federal director of the FBI, who was let go in 2017 by the Trump administration. She was the prosecutor on the Diddy case. And if you look at it in whole, it is a loss. It's a loss for the state. Diddy is going to get off relatively easy off of all of this. And then she's got major connections to the Epstein case. In the times where we're talking about the Epstein files, we're talking about the Diddy tapes, no one finds this to be a chess move, if you will. No one finds this to be a little suspicious, a little too good of timing. No, just me. All right, just me. Fine, no worries.
She's a veteran federal prosecutor, worked on these cases. Maurene Comey is fired. So this is sending tongues a-wagging.
Poor girl.
As the internet personalities and others, and this show has asked questions about what happened with the files, why did we overpromise and underdeliver? But the president has made his opinion on this very clear over the last couple of days. We're going to continue to cover this. And we also have big developments in the Biden cover-up, not exactly a household name, but inside the Beltway. They dubbed him Dr. Jill's work husband. Anthony Bernal appeared today before the House Oversight Committee.
Oh, Lord, that's real tea. Do we want to get into this? I didn't know this was her work husband. All right, let's watch it.
Dubbed him Dr. Jill's work husband. Anthony Bernal appeared today before the House Oversight Committee. This is what went down.
Did you ever advise President Joe Biden to pardon his son, Hunter Biden?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
Was President Joe Biden fit to exercise the duties of the president?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question.
Did President Joe Biden ever instruct you to lie regarding his health at any time, including but not limited in your testimony to Congress today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question.
I think we can all agree that no matter what, you have the right to exercise your right, but it is always going to look a little fishy when people settle fraudulent, salacious, scandalous court cases, and when people plead the fifth. I just think it leaves a bad taste in the mouths of the public opinion. But that's my opinion. Feel free to leave yours down below in the comments. But that's kind of shady, don't you think? Especially given the questions. It's like, they're not hard questions to answer. They're, you know what I mean? They're simple yes or no questions, but.
Testimony to Congress today.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question.
Now, why would Bernal not want to share his brilliant insights and memories of all the great work Joe Biden did? Here with me on a take on this and this latest news about Comey's daughter, Congressman Byron Donalds. Congressman, I know you sat through that deposition today, but first, your reaction to the breaking news. Comey's daughter out. Pam Bondi says, we don't need your services anymore.
Well, it's about time. She hasn't really done that good of a job. And at the end of the day, President Trump wants results from every part of the administration, including the Department of Justice.
You don't think it has anything to do with Epstein?
No, I don't think so.
What's your response to all the, there are a lot of influencers, and of course on this show we've asked for answers about the Epstein file. It looks like they overpromised what was actually in the files. There's not much in the file, or as Alan Dershowitz said, there are no.
Did they overpromise or are they covering up? I think is the biggest question in in the social media stratosphere is like, did they just overpromise, or are they just trying to cover it all up and hide it and hope it goes away? Let me know your thoughts down below. Even
what
though
was
I'm
actually
sure I
in
know
the
the
files?
answer
It's
to your
not much in the
thoughts.
files. Or as Alan Dershowitz said, there are no files. What do you think about all this?
Look, at the end of the day, I think you got to have transparency in this whole deal. A lot has been made about what
was on the tapes,
what was
right?
on the tapes, what was Jeffrey Epstein doing, what happened in the jail. Like, I know Cash Patel, know Dan Bongino, a ton of respect for both of those gentlemen, Pam Bondi as well. I'm skeptical about, whether it was suicide or he killed himself. But I think as more information comes out, I think being transparent with
He's skeptical if it was suicide or he killed himself. I get it. It was a mistake. I make them all the time. But I guess he was trying to say he's skeptical on whether it was he took his own life or if it was, someone else took his life. I'm sure that's what he meant.
whether it was suicide or he killed himself. But I think as more information comes out, I think being transparent with the American people is the way to go.
Do you think the president
Agreed.
will just at some point just say this, just to stop the speculation, put it all out there? But he seems to say people who are pushing for this aren't really supporters anymore, which I think there are a lot of his supporters who just want the answers.
Well, I think potentially, but look, I would say look at it from the president's perspective. He is on a winning streak of delivering.
Yeah,
For the
huge.
American people,
Huge.
time after time after time again. You want to talk foreign policy, domestic policy, everything in between. He's doing his job. And so I think for everybody in the media circles and in the social media circles to be caught up in Epstein, he's like, wait a minute, but we're stepping on all the great things that we are doing for the American
Right, and I think, look, running the country and governing is different from hosting a cable show or hosting a podcast.
That's right, that's right.
It's a different job, and it's not easy. And look, I always think the president usually ends up at the right spot here, so we'll see how this plays out. What do you?
As someone who hosts a show on the internet, I definitely agree. I do not envy anyone in the White House or the political realm at all. Okay, that was interesting. That reminds me of the clip where we watched President Trump kind of shut down the questions about Epstein. He's like, are we still talking about this guy? And if this perspective is correct, and he's saying, well, Trump is just like, why are we forgetting all the good he's doing? And we're continuing to talk about this. And I guess that would put more perspective on his frustration in the interview. I'm specifically talking about that interview. Okay, calm down. All right.
The president usually ends up at the right spot here, so we'll see how this plays out. What do you think of this? What happened with this testimony today by Bernal?
I mean, look, this is ridiculous. You have the right hand.
All right, we're getting into other stuff, and that's not what I'm here for. Let me know your thoughts on what we just talked about. I just thought this was wild breaking news, considering we reacted to kind of the same thing yesterday, and they talked about Maurene Comey, and now boom, she's out of a job. Let me know, did you think she did a good job? Has she done a good job previously, or should she have never had the job in the first place? Talk to me down below. As always, your opinions are appreciated and they are welcomed, but your unkindness is not. So keep it cute or put it on mute, friends. All right, go and have the day you deserve. Bye.